Here with Zach Ryan, the Executive Director of the SL24 Foundation. Great to see you, man. How are you?
Mike, welcome to Sean's house.
Thanks so much. Listen, I know we'll get into it, but just really overall super impressed with what you've done so far in the short amount of time that you've been here. I mean, your dedication, I can see it, I can hear it, I can feel it. So I know they're happy to have you.
Mike, and I got to echo the same comments for you. I mean, seeing what you've done for the foundation over the years has really kind of inspired me. You've been a voice for people that have been voiceless, so I appreciate you amplifying what we do.
Thank you. You were at Sally's before. Tell me about your relationship with Chris and then how you got started here in the organization.
Yeah, so it's funny because I worked in education for 14 years, 12 of them at Salesianum. And I thought of Chris as the formal affairs guy. He came in around prom time, got guys fitted for their tuxes. But I remember hearing about the loss of Sean. And it was former students of mine that lived in this very house. And I remember them coming to us unsure of what to do. They'd lost their friend. And I remember Chris coming with friends and family to Salesianum in the auditorium, and he shared his story, and he shared the education piece that's so important to SL24's mission. And he changed the conversation at Sally's. We were able to be vulnerable. A group of 1,000 boys, educators, teachers, administrators, were all sharing times where they felt less than, depressed, anxious, stressed, and it changed the conversation. I owe a debt of gratitude to Chris for changing that conversation, making those conversations with students so much easier, so much more powerful and impactful.
Yeah, for sure. And you've always been involved here, but now in the summer of last year, June 2023, this position becomes available. Why did you take it, and what do you see about this organization?
So, Mike, just a little personal thing for me. I lost my aunt and my uncle to suicide. Over a 12-year career, I lost 6 students and alums, and I lost numerous friends from my alma mater back in Florida. From suicide. That's not to mention people suffering from depression, grief, anxiety, OCD, mental illness. And I feel like I owe it to those people. I owe it to all of the students that I walked with on that mental health journey. And I owe it to an organization that, again, changed the paradigm. So the opportunity for me to give back to that, man, that just kind of lights a fire in me. And so I'm so excited to be here and really see all the growth that this organization has made, the growth in these young people here. I mean, it's inspiring.
Everybody is dealing with something. I mean, we were talking about before. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind, right? So you need help. You need people to be able to help discuss that with them. So to become a Peer 24 support specialist, to be here to help, not just in this location, but the others, and we'll get to that in a minute. How do you get involved in that?
So reach out to our Director of Peer Support, Allie Burns, or you can reach out to me, go on our website, our social media. We are constantly pushing out our Peer 24 training. It's an accredited training program, and we have 70 people in the cohort right now. So, I mean, we'll do that twice a year to make sure this is spreading out throughout the state and beyond.
Yeah, and you need it because of the growth. Okay, let's talk about some of the other things, what's happening here. Sean's room, right? Set up initially at St. Mark's High School.
Yeah, so it's really exciting to have this house here that's 24/7, but we have many Sean's rooms at St. Mark's High School, Sean's alma mater. It's open during lunchtime, after school. You can do the kind of same things here with a Peer 24 support specialist in your school. In your community, kind of throughout your day. The other spot that we have is the Teen Warehouse Sean's Room location. It just opened in December. We just did the ribbon cutting there, and you're talking about an area of Wilmington that's probably the most affected by poverty in the state. So you're talking about children with a lot of ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. That trauma needs to be unpacked. And imagine trying to unpack it going through your school day, being a part of an athletic team. Having a peer there that can talk to you about it, it's momentous. Our next stop at the end of February is St. George's, who's been with us since the beginning as supporters. Really proud to have a room there.
That's awesome. No, that's great. I mean, you could just see this, right? Developing not only all over the state, but I think other people around the country are recognizing this and saying, hey, how do we get involved? How do we do this stuff? I mean, it's phenomenal. So the growth is there. You got a big mission going on here, 2.4 and 24. What is that all about?
So the 3 parts of the mission: educate, support through that peer support program, and assist. So SL24 has our mental health scholarship. And the 2.4 in 2024, it's a bold goal. But when you look at the mental health outcomes, The gap between somebody experiencing a symptom of mental illness and getting help is 11 years. What if we shorten it to 2.4 years, days? We want to make sure it's accessible to everybody. So that endowed scholarship, mental health scholarship, helps anybody that is uninsured or underinsured get the professional services they need. We know where our peer support training stops and a professional needs to step in, and we don't want any other barriers. We're 24/7 here. We want funding not to be an issue for somebody.
No, that's a great point. Yeah, you got to close that gap, absolutely. So 2.4 million, right? The goal
Correct.
in 2024.
Yeah.
And hey, that's what people need to understand, so they know where their donations and the money is going towards. I mean, Sean's house, the Sean's rooms, the peer support, and this awesome campaign for the endowment. Because, like you said, when you have that set up, you know you're here for the long haul, for life.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's in perpetuity. And I mean,
Yeah.
I think everything we talk about here, we're talking about in terms of forever. I want it for my kid. I want it to be 136 will always be home for everybody that walks through the door. So in perpetuity is really important to us.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, what's great about this is that, as you said, this affects everyone in one way or another. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here. That's why we're all here. It's easy to get behind something like this. I'm just so excited about the growth and what we're doing and where everything's headed. So awesome to see you again. Thanks
so
for all
much.
your work, and we'll catch up again soon.
Thank you.
All right.